there's no iota of truth in that report, and so hoping that those who are spreading that rumor, no, they do desist. We got to eschew from all of those negative information peddling them, because at the end of the day, they have adverse effect on this country. We will not get what we want. We will not get this sort of investment that one in the country will continue to spread lies and innuendos. In fact, let me see what that in fact claimed the attention of the local authority in Ground Kipma. Let me see what I can get the voice of the town chief.
I was here one afternoon. My brother died in the ground.
Okay, so basically, I'm sure I got the wrong thing, but basically, it's just about dismissing the rumors or the reports that people were killed in the operation area of Bear Mountain in Crown Kipmau, 49 individuals. That just three persons were wounded critically. One is dead now. The other two still undergoing medical attention. So we just thought to get that record straight, because we did our own research, our own due diligence. You're listening to the SMS rated on the OBC 99.9 and also frequencies across Liberia. I'm sure you heard about Edwin Soiree as well. Soiree is taking part in the MTN Yellow Star singing competition. Please vote for him. He's a very, very young guy, very talented indeed. He sings well. So, you have to do all you can. Let's put our weight behind him to vote for him so that he can emerge as the winner of that competition. Please, we are appealing to you. We're trying to see whether we can get something done by Soiree. My guest is here, and I know he's spending some time with me, because I will add a little time to the 10 o'clock, which is he should be leaving. I will add a bit of time, but let me see where I can get this song done by. I sing this song, okay? It seems that I'm not getting the actual song done by Soiree, but please make sure that you vote for him. He's participating in the MTN Yellow Star singing competition. It's not much to vote for him, and it shows that he emerges as a winner of the competition. I know that will certainly happen. Let me bring down this song, and after which. A bass of this song, after which I usher in my studio guest.
With flavor, original root for Mr. Flavor, first dance alongside Julia and Lee. Liberia, Liberia.
Of course, there's something done by the ambassador Judy Andy.
Masterclass on the beat.
So on this note, I'd like to welcome my guest, the newly elected senator of Sino County, where I hail from. He's old man, Creighton Duncan. Duncan, in fact, served before in the House of Rep. He was there representing the county until he participated in the October 10 general and presidential elections, in which he emerged as senator of Sino County, retiring Jim Mill. Good morning, old man, Creighton Duncan.
Good morning, Solo. How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing?
You guys up with trouble, my man.
How you doing?
Thank you.
Okay, we are pleased to have you. But first, in this public manner, we want to congratulate you on your victory as senator-elect of Sino County. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, so first, let me get to the initial reaction. How do you react to your victory?
Well, actually, actually, the fact here is that I have been looking at the concept of the title of senator. And a guy was calling me, Senator. And I was still walking because I'm used to the honorable rep. And so then my boy touched me and said, Chief, they're talking to you. I said, you calling me?
That was far before the election?
No, I mean right after the election.
Oh, right after the election.
What I'm trying to say is that, these titles, for me, they
don't attract you?
It's not really important to me.
Okay.
What I think I have grown to understand is that the more you step up in life, the more responsibility that you acquire.
Surely.
And more is expected of you. This is why I have had a long sense of thought, and that for what I have assessed, I realized that it is now time, to add to what we have been doing in the previous time, and that is to continue and to add more in fighting for the Liberian people. And that's what I think I see my life, is now based on. So the title to me, it matters now.
It doesn't matter at all.
Not at all.
Now, so what did you do? Because you defeated two individuals, very strong, influential citizens of Sano County, J. Milton Tiaye, Matthew Zaza. I spoke with the two of them before. I did an interview with them before. Very, very strong, sons of Sano County. What did you do? What was your strategy in retiring them from politics?
If you take a little step back and try to understand the politics of Liberia, you will begin to understand that it is now that our eyes are beginning to open to politics and voting. Previously, up to 1980, there was no free, fair election. All right? When former President Doe took over, there was a military decree. When he opened it up, you realize he still had some manipulative approach in handling the affairs.
Okay.
Even the election between he and Jackson F. Doe, I remember as a young boy just getting into politics, we saw how it was handled. And so if you look at the history of our country, you will realize that actual democracy, freedom of expression, as it relates to the votes, started with Ellen Johnson and George Weah time. Because even at the rate of Charles Taylor, I saw that vote of overwhelming support for Taylor because people were tired, but it was not really the free will of the people. How you could not even go into Charles Taylor territory to campaign. People were afraid of their lives. So if you actually look at us, it just began just few years ago with Ellen, the former president, and the present president.
Okay.
And so now our people's eyes are beginning to open. And so what actually happened in Sino is that we saw the future faster than the old politicians. Those who were still in the Bagos Matthew days, who believes that just by talking without action is the way, and you just gifted with the talk. Like my man J. Mill. I mean, if you set him down here, he would talk for the next 5 hours.
He's very eloquent.
It's not an issue of being eloquent. What is it? He's manipulative.
Okay.
And so he manipulates. And that is what people were used to over the time.
Okay.
And so now people are beginning to understand that, look, this too much talk does not add up. Talking doesn't help.
Okay.
And, people still remain in the same conditions. People's lives are never changed. Their children are the same. No help to getting them to school, to assisting them in school. Market women still sell on, dilapidated buildings, if not building shops, With
all the talking that were going on.
Nothing. So
now no transformation in the lives of the people.
Nothing.
Okay.
So, when we got in the county, we began to see, and then we begin to make the difference. So over the period of time, from the time I was elected as representative, before I was even elected, I decided to change the dynamics. And so I introduced development. I began to move the market women from under those shacks, build decent places for them with,
you remove them from zinc shacks?
Oh, definitely.
Okay.
I built, markets for them. I changed the lives of a lot of them.
How many market structures did you build?
What I did, actually, I built 3 markets. And then I renovated 4 markets. Then I built youth centers, over 40 of them, where the young people can consolidate, and have discussions, even at the extent watch their football games and other channels, like history channels, other things.
At the time, you haven't yet announced your intention, or at the time your intention was announced?
Well, I began doing it before I announced my intention.
Oh, you started long.
Yeah, and then after that, my 6th year was committed to doing more, and then I started introducing, something like free transport to school, buy buses, put it out there, the children getting them free, go to school, so people begin to see, the workings of the electoral.
And they got attracted to you.
And that's the
as compared to those who were there before.
With the plenty talking, talk, and no action. And so that's what we did all the time. And then finally, in the end of it, what I did was, I carried in basically 3,000 pieces of lights, those LED ones, those sophisticated ones that I paid about $50 for one. And so I light up my entire county while they were still talking, just talk. And so many of them were relying on tribal sentiment, and they felt that they earned the position because of the tribe in which they come from. But knowing fully that the people knew that these were some of the things that kept them down over the period of time. So what I'm trying to tell you is that Liberia is changing. Our people are now developing. They are looking at the maturity of politics, and these are some of the things we did.
So that was your strategy before opting for the House of Rep. You started impacting the lives of the people, building market structures, relocating the people, making sure that you brought buses and helping the students as well. Now, when you were doing all of that, I almost refer to you as Jamil. When you were doing all of that, Creighton, where were your colleagues at the time, making reference to Jamil, making reference to Matthew?
They were right there. The only thing they were on is talking. And as I said, they are living in the old days, the back of Matthew era. Those days, the Tipo Tede era, where you just talk. Now people are looking at practical, the tangibles, practical things. They want to see you impacting. Now, many people will say that is not the work of a lawmaker. Well,
because that's an argument we hear often.
Yeah, but then what is your work? They all will talk about the 3 cardinal responsibilities of a lawmaker in this kind of culture of ours, in a kind of poverty-stricken country like this, and you say you are only entitled to do this when you have the opportunity to also do that. So how can you distinguish yourself from the two? You are obligated. You see, our country is not rich. Well, we are rich when it comes to our mineral resources. This is other issues. We are. It's about managing it. It's about making sure that things, are distributed properly. However, my concern is that when the opportunity is given to you, you should not look at it from just one dispensation. You should be able to look at it from another perspective and be able to see it from that perspective. Now, if I'm walking from the government of Liberia will be responsible to think mostly about highways connecting counties to counties and to other counties.
Those big projects.
Those are things that we basically think on based on our setting. But if you look at we who meet our people by walking 3 hours to meet them, we who meet our people when the bridges, those plank bridges are damaged and there is no way to cross, motorbikes can go to those areas. You are saying that you're waiting for government to come and do that? So then what are you there for? What is your role? And so now you have to mingle yourself with other issues and try to grab onto what you think is
so when you are doing those projects, when you are undertaking those projects far before you begin representatives, what sort of response or responses were you receiving or getting from your colleagues who
This is the result. This is the result. The result of now I am the senator-elect of the county. You see, first of all, it's a gift to be able to give. I'm a Christian. I'm not a perfect human being. Trust me.
You're not a saint.
No, I'm bad off. I'm not I'm just bad.
Which one are you bad off in?
Well, I mean, life in general. I'm not a perfect.
Which of the era of life that
the Bible indicates that. Okay. The Bible says there is none perfect. And we must accept that. But what we can do is to contribute to humanity and to mankind. And this is what I am concerned about.
Okay.
You see, so when you are involved into the lives of the people, you are appreciated. And this is what now. My man Mill, you know, with all the time, that's why I always relate to that the issue of Moses and Egypt and the Egyptian Pharaoh. God told him, say, look, I will harden the heart of Pharaoh and the Egyptian so that I can show them that I'm God. He wanted to show them his strength. And that is what is happening in Sinai. All the way we talk to Mill, even J. Mill, I did not even want this position. My entire mind.
You didn't want the position at all?
Not at all. What I saw my path was to become deputy speaker in the House, and then over the period of time become speaker in the House.
That's what you were opting for?
That was my dream. And so when things go wrong, when people come and talk to me, I relinquish. And so what I did was, even Senator Cheer, Augustine Cheer, who's the president senator, he was one of the guys who were preaching peace between Milton and I. Milton deliberately refused to accept the olive branch.
So what was the reason for this bad blood between you and him?
There is no real bad blood. The fact is very simple. We all were friends, and we're still friends. The question here is,
did somebody venture into somebody's social area or what?
Not at all. It happens over something little, where the position opened after the president appointed the former Senator Namwe to become Associate Justice. And that position became vacant. Who to replace? Some came to me, I should go. I said, no, I was not prepared for that. Then Senator Cheer came to me. At the time, he was a lawyer at beer factory, and that he wanted the position. Because of his, working in the county at the time, I saw him doing a lot of work there, and I could not compare him to anyone else. Then Milton brought in a gentleman called Otello Namwe and insisted that Otello should be going as senator. And then comparing the two, I said, well, this guy is a lawyer. He's developmental. I see what he's doing in my county. Let's see what Otello is doing. Otello don't even have a place to sleep. Otello is not doing anything in the county. Doesn't have a house to stay and all that kind of thing. Why should I choose him over this guy? Convince me. He got angry. Instead of him using the opportunity for intellectual discourse, he saw it as a challenge. And then he walked off. It was in Namwe, the late Namwe Law's office.
Okay.
And so he walked off. As a matter of fact, before walking off, he took his car key and threw it on the decks. He and I should bet. As a matter of fact, he would carry Otello and he would win. Yeah, that's how he started his arrogance.
I like my man.
So in the end, that's how we divided ourselves. And I supported Cheer. Cheer became senator. Since that day, he never spoken to me. That's how it was.
Since that day?
Since that day.
And you people were very good friends.
Yeah, but he always liked to use people. Let me just tell you
now. So let me ask now. Now that you've been elected by the people as senator of Sano. First, let's get to know what kind of senator will you be for the people of Sano when you get there in the Senate?
That's a very good question. And this is what I have always been wishing to do, is to fight for the Liberian people. This is going to be demonstrated in my 9 years. I really don't mind.
The Liberian people, and specifically the people of Sano County?
Well, no. Okay. Right now, I'm at the level in which I can talk for the Liberian people.
Okay.
It does not have to be specifically
Sano County. Sure.
What affects Sano affects the rest of our country. What we're going to look at is the Liberian ways, changing our ways. Now, I know you cannot do it dramatically. You cannot do it. There cannot be a change instantly. However, you can begin provoking people to begin to examine themselves. Like what Michael Jackson said, take a look in the mirror. Now, as I said, we all are not clean. We all are, just human beings. However, the general people must be our concern. And we should go to bed every day thinking about that. And this is what I'm beginning to do. And this is what I'm going to be. I'm going to be the voice. I'm going to be one of the voices of the Liberian people.
Are you promising us that you're going to be the light of the people? When you get there, your light gets dim or what?
One of them.
You're going to be the light?
I'm going to be one of the lights.
One of the lights?
One of the lights. There are lights in there. I'm going to join them.
You are entering the House of Elders. How traditional, influential are you you know, in making your points and making the points of the Labyrinth people, making our cases and all of that.
I tell you one thing. For people who don't know me, I always I'm not an introvert. I'm an extrovert. However, I think about, let's say, it's about 60% of me or 55% of me is an extrovert person. 45% of me is an introvert. I like being by myself. I like, meditating. I like to think. And so many people may not know me. And some of them may know me when I came home, established my own insurance company, and some of them may have known that. And then with Mill Jones in Central Bank, they're little bit and pieces picking up to get to know me. But they fail to realize where I came from, my youth, my school days and my advocacy days, up to the point where I became even the student council, the student union president of Monserrato, the Monserrato Student Union under Linsu. And so I have had this drive into me all of this time. And now in my old age, I think it is now mature enough for me to do what I have to do. Regardless about which government comes to power, I'm a clear citizen. I support, the CDC.
The secretary of the president.
More than that. I love the president. I really want him to win, and I'm going to fight to do that. I think you saw the result of Sino County.
Surely.
How much we put ourselves into it, and we are going back again to mobilize our people to go out there to be able to get the numbers, and in addition, get more than what we had. But whatever the case may be, whether my party or whoever party wins, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to make sure that we will be able to pinpoint these little weaknesses of our system as it relates to our ministries and their function. I strongly believe that the Ministry of Health should do more in helping our hospitals.
Okay.
I strongly believe that. I really believe that the concept that we are now being used to by taking slips from the hospitals to go out and buy your own medication, those are things I really frown upon. I frown upon it because they are not jobs opportunity in our country. Sicknesses don't have a special person to go to.
Surely.
They go to the weak, they go to the strong, they go to the rich, they go to the poor, it goes to those who can afford. And so it bothers me to see that, yes, God has blessed me, He has blessed my family, I can afford, I can get in a plane and go to Ghana, I can go places for medical treatment if I so choose to do that. But what is that all about? What is that all about? Why if something catches me in the middle of the night, that when I wake up I can't move,
and there's no plane to fly,
and what if why should I only think about my opportunity?
Okay,
you understand me? So these are some of the things. Also looking at the education ministry, I don't think it's just about paying salaries, finding teachers. What I think is that but the corrupt practices into our schools. Look, suburb. When we were in school, there were competitions. There were competition. I remember when I was a little boy in the Soweto Multilateral High School, we used to be praying hard so that our name can come up on the board after tests. The delinquent list of students, and then your friends are going to laugh at you. There were competition. But nowadays, what I have, regardless, I would be one of those talking the truth out there. This is what I'm really trying to tell you. You gave your little child their little lunch. Maybe you gave them the $200 for lunch for that day, Liberian dollars, and the child go to school. Some of our children refuse to buy lunch to keep that money over a period of time for it to be accumulated and to be able to bribe teachers, to be able to pass. When they come home, they don't learn. You don't see them doing the assignment. You don't see them studying. You don't see no competitiveness in them. During those days, we used to put our feet into cold water, in order for us to study. Competition. These are so many things that some people alluded to not paying teachers. That all teachers are not being paid. But remember, I'm also a teacher. I taught at the UMU for 3 round years. I taught at Cottonwood Graduate School for 5 years. Not one day I had bribe. As a matter of fact, students failing in my class, I felt that it was my responsibility to have people failing. I was not actually loud enough or even clear enough. And so I didn't find happiness in failing students in order for me to be bribed to pay. And so these are some of the concepts. And I believe that it is about time not, I should not use the word it's about time. That is too personal. I think we should all begin to hold hand in hand and to look at the odds and begin to try to solve them as a government.
Okay.
And so this is what I have vowed to do, to look at the odds, take them out, identify them, and let people begin to see on how solving it. The issue of the agriculture, I was listening to the minister here this morning on my way driving, coming. She's doing pretty well. That's a very good thing they're doing. I think we should do more. I think we should be able to help these guys. Like one time when I was chairman on the committee of labor, I visited a flour mill or somewhere across the bridge there to go and see, and listen to the workers there. And then this is a Liberian guy who they're fighting to make sure that he prosper. And where is the support? Where you have people, the Lebanese importing all of these flours and giving him no chance, where he has to be paying workers, he has to be paying insurance, light, repairing his machine. Where is the subsidy? There's no even subsidy because we don't have it. Where is the protection in order for his market to go out there? And so we as Liberians, we should be, I should say the word, which is a little bit hard, nationalistic. Nationalism.
Okay.
Not that we don't like people, not that we don't appreciate other people. I mean, the world is so small. It's a global world now. Everybody moves everything. The world works together. One capitalistic environment. However, our citizenry should be considered in order for us to prosper. Why do you think there's a lot of begging? Liberia is a proud nation. We are a proud people. But when we subdue our proudness and go out there giving people a hard time, my man, not easy to do, give me this, my man. We do it out of desperation.
Surely.
We do it out of desperation. And so how can we begin to sort these things out in order for us to help our people help themselves? And so I told myself, I don't have to be anything else in Liberia. No, I don't. You gave me the senatorial job. Yes, I appreciate it. But I think it's a platform now that I can be comfortable and very comfortably sitting on in order to fight for our people.
Now, you are in the House of Rep, and we saw some elements in the House of Rep, whose behavior and attitude often were always bringing exposing the body, the legislature or the House of Rep to public disrepute individuals using profanities, in fact, sometimes thrown at the President of the Republic. Now you are going to the Senate. Those individuals are still, some are being re-elected and still being placed in the. How are you going to work with because it has to do with the image and the integrity of the legislature, especially where you have elements in that body, or one or two, whose attitude continue to bring, or expose the body to public disrepute. How do you intend working with your colleagues in the Senate to ensure that those people, eschew from what they are doing?
The thing is very simple. The two houses are places where people debate the issues. And in debate, you expect some roughing to take place.
Some do not use that profanities during debates.
Well,
they do. No.
There's a law that indicates, whatever happens on the floor, one cannot be held responsible.
Why is it what happening outside the floor?
Yeah, then that's another thing. Who is affected can be taken on the court. Then the law can take its course. But that platform.
So the question I'm asking, Senator-elect, the question I'm asking, you were in the House of Representatives before, House of Representatives. Some of your colleagues, or one or two, were always, causing this sort of problem to, bring, put the body in serious, bring the body to public disrepute.
I'm saying again. I'm saying
many of the actions, I'm coming. Many of the actions were outside of the debate hall, the debating chambers.
No. Now, remember, that's a political house. Oppositions want to take their stand. Opposition wants to win the minds of our people in order to become the leaders or to become the ones in charge.
So is it allowed now?
It is. That's what I'm telling you.
I'm coming.
Constitutionally, it is allowed within the House of Rep. It is clearly stated that because they know They know that people will be ruffians. They know that people will argue. They know that people.
So what about those who normally do things or say things that bring the body into public disrepute outside of the debate chambers?
I will tell you, it all depends on where you stand to decide if whether this is a public issue or whether this is a political issue. Now, if I will not call a name, but I will tell you, yes, I do agree that some of them go to the extreme. You understand? You have to be intellectual.
Let's assume Yeke
diplomatic.
Let's assume Yeke.
Well, Yeke is my friend, and regardless about the way he chooses to play his politics, he's still my friend. I'm friendly with everyone into the House of Representatives. I have no.
How do you work with your fellow colleagues, your fellow senators, to read that body of individuals?
There are two separate houses. The House of Representatives is totally separated from the House of Senate. We only share informations, but we are totally different from one another.
But do you know that my action, if at all I carry on bad action, they could also have a reflection on all members of the...
They make research on other parliamentary proceedings. People throw chairs at one another. People throw blows at one another in the chambers. Hey, these things...
So you are insinuating, you are saying here that...
The law saw it, and the law provided for that. And that is why the law said, with all your craziness you are doing, do it among yourself in there. Whatever you do there, you are not held responsible. You cannot be held liable for that. You can say what you want to say in there. But when you come out and you say something, that you should be held responsible. This is what I'm trying to say. That's the law. That's the Constitution.
Now, if a lawmaker, let's assume from the House of Representatives or maybe from the Senate, made an incendiary comment, a comment, provocative comment or something, to stir up conflicts in the country, will you sit there, all of you in the Senate, will allow that to happen?
So, I just told you.
Are you going to the Senate to serve as a bobo lawmaker or what? You're going to speak out and say, look, we're not going to condone this or action on this on the part of the lawmaker.
You see, we are all elected to represent our people.
I'm listening to you.
From different perspectives. People know why they elect the representations. They know. The people of Sino know why they elected me and what they expect of me. In as much as they elected me for what they know, I also have a responsibility and obligation to the rest of the Liberian people. Remember now, I serve as chairman on labor, and then I serve as chairman on foreign affairs, which I still serve as chairman on foreign affairs. I'm more diplomatic. I travel the world. I've seen a lot of the world. And so I've met a lot of people. I know how to interact with people. I can choose my movement. If I want to be very civilized, very diplomatic, very relaxed, I look at the environment and I choose that. If I want to be hostile and I want to be resentful, I look at the environment and I choose that. All I'm saying, constitutionally, we are given that right to do what we want to do on our floor. Anything to say, to do anything our floor.
On the floor.
It is
but what about those who go outside the floor?
Then they are now.
Wouldn't that draw the attention of the Senate? Will you not bring it to your colleagues' attention to say, look, this house it's being disturbed by the action of some of our colleagues?
All I'm trying to tell you, someone, I am not into the Liberian Senate with the mindset to weed out those who I think is not appropriate for the Liberian.
So you're going to countenance them, you're going to condone their actions.
It's not a matter of condoning. They have their rights based on the constitution of our country. They were elected to represent their people. And when they're fighting in the interest of the people, who am I? I have to be fighting in the interest of mine. Not basically wasting my time on the matter in which, if they do something, the House has its own rules.
Okay.
Now the Senate has its own rule. Now you have the rules, order, and administration. If there is anything that goes contrary to the law of the Liberian Senate, definitely you'll be held liable. But when you are exhibiting what you are elected for, and it goes into other line that the Constitution support, make sure that you follow the line. You see, like you talk about demonstration, right? People have the right to demonstrate under the Constitution. Now, because people choose to demonstrate because I'm a senator and I should stay into that right of them. No, it's a constitutional right to assemble and express themselves the way in which, without causing problem for the rest of the other people.
Okay.
So I'm saying that I'm not there to be running after people, but if the law of the house is broken and it is brought before us, then we can look at those kind of issues.
Okay. Now, you served in the lower house, the House of Representatives, for a term, right? 6 years. And now that you've been elected by the people in the Senate as senator elect as well, what are you up to? Do you have any plan? Are you thinking, because you are now climbing the ladder from the House of Rep and now to the Senate, from the Senate to be hitting at aiming at the presidency or what? Are you thinking about that?
The question, that's a very good question, but I'll tell you one thing. This life that we live, I remember a part of the Bible that says, before you were born, I knew thee. That was a clear statement from God. He has a path for everyone in his life, in this particular life. You may not know what your destiny is, but everyone, some people... I
think he was speaking to the prophet Jeremiah.
Yeah, some people... Not some, everyone is destined for something. Some market woman supposed to sell bitter bread to somebody, and that person is supposed to be able to eat that day to be able to do something. We are all connected. I don't know my future. I don't know my destiny. But all I can do is making use of the opportunity accorded me. Who am I? I'm just a simple person, a guy who used to walk around here, hustling, walking from Nuku Town to come to school. When I remember one time during our days, we used to have the coastal buses that used to be running, and I think we used to pay 10 cents or 15 cents for a trip to go as far as Lagoon. And I remember this day, I had no money coming from school, the Haywood. I had enough money to drop me to Johnson Street intersection to the bridge there. And I got in a coastal bus going to Nuku Town with not a dime in my pocket. I couldn't walk that distance that day. And so normally we hope that around the police station in Nuku Town there, when there are not many students are not students, but people in the bus will say, you're getting, and we're not reaching all the way to Lagoon. So we used to take advantage of that. But this particular day, I got in that bus, we got to the police station. The bus took the left, continued going. I think we were 3. When we got to the curve to make the right to go straight to the Lagoon, the other 2 people got down. The men still continued to go, whereas passengers were still waiting to the police station in order for them to go back to town. And we went, and I began to start sweating, my man, because I had no money.
Okay.
So I went through it, I know. Luckily for me, I saw this SSS guy. They call him Wallow. Wallow still serving in the SS, the EPS now. Huge guy. And I knew Wallow because we all were living in Lagoon. As soon as I saw him, I said, stop, bus, stop. I just jumped from the bus and jumped on Wallow and held him. Wallow said, what happened? The cowboy came. I mean, give me my money. I will not be easy here today. And Wallow said, how much? He said, 15 cents. And Wallow paid. I went through the struggle. I know how I used to come home without having any meal to eat. I climbed the plum tree. When I was stopping right on Eddie Tubber Road, climbed the plum tree to eat green plum. I'm not joking you. So I know what it is. No one knows their destiny. At the time of my struggle, at the time of my hustle, did I know one day I will be sitting here talking about being senator elect? I don't. So this is why I'm saying to you, now we are understood. We should begin now to fight for the purpose of existence. Why are we really here? This is the time for us to reflect. And I have done my reflection. And this is why I'm determined. I am determined. If I will go down talking, I will do that. And this is all I'm going to do for the Liberian people.
For the Liberian people, this is all I'm going to do. He's old man Creighton Duncan. That's the man elected as senator of Sano County over J. Milton T.J. Now, today, before I open the lines, let me get your take. Today, the National Elections Commission will be announcing the final results from the October 10 poll, the election. It is not known yet whether there will be a runoff or it is not known yet whether there will be a winner. We're still waiting for NEC because NEC has the NEC is the body charged with that constitutional responsibility to announce that. What's your message to the Labrador people as we are waiting the message today, the announcement today?
Well, if you have been following the politics and the announcement from NEC, you will realize that from the 43%, and that left with Nima, little, I think 2 districts in there, you will know that definitely there is a runoff. You don't need a genius to come and tell you. We are only now waiting for the official announcement for NEC so we can begin the second phase.
Okay.
Well, the only thing I can say,
I didn't want to say because I'm not close to
we're following the politics. We're following the politics because we are involved, so we have to follow.
Yes, you are involved
closely. We have to,
and you got NEC years.
Yeah, we have to. So, but what I'm really saying is, some people will be reluctant and feel that the election is over. Our people will win the election. My people will win. No. This is not the time.
Okay.
If you want to win, get out there. Get on the hustle. Meet the people. Talk to the people. Go in the dungeons. Go in the slums. Go everywhere you can. Mobilize the people to come out. If you sit down reluctantly with the hope that you will win, when the results begin to come, then you will start crying foul. Oh, they cheat me. Oh, they cheat. Oh, they cheat. They cheated. They this. I'm saying I understand I have now been in 2 major elections besides being, into students, politics and other things. 2 major elections. Now I understand how it works. Make sure you get your pool washers. Make sure you get your yellow slip or your pink slip, whatever slip, at the end of the count that night. Make sure that your people signed. If you have any complaint, register that complaint right there and then, and make sure that the piece of paper that needs to be posted on that particular wall from that polling place be posted.
Okay.
And then tally your sheets and know where you are. Don't be relying on hopes that I know this is our time. I know the time here nobody can beat us. It has been clearly shown. All of those rhetorics. That will not help you.
Okay.
So we want peace. This our country is a new democracy, as I just said. It just started
2017.
When Ellen started this thing, 2017. No, not 2017. 2017 is when I came. Ellen and George was 6 years before I got involved. Okay. Yeah. So it's a new democracy, and we are learning over the period of time. Participate. Keep your eyes open to the pool. Make sure when the boxes are brought in, it is empty. Make sure the boxes, those tickets are stamped. Follow the rules and make sure those results are counted in your present.
Where do you stand also, finally? There has been this debate, this emerging debate about tribal, politics. It's a crew people, the people from Southeast, overwhelmingly voted His Excellency. There are some individuals who think that tribal politics, play out there, and so they should continue.
They shouldn't use the word tribal. There is nothing about tribe. There is no one dominant tribe in this country. The crewmen constitute a major county, which is Sino County. The year Grand Crew, and the thing is, the crewmen know. Grand Crew, the Grebo people in Grand Crew dominate the crewmen by over 65%, 70%. The crew people are minority in Grand Crew. It is Sino County. Take for my example. I was born in Sino. My mother is a Sanoyan. My father came to Sino. Okay. The crewman definitely know I'm not a crewman. The Sapo man definitely know I'm not a Sapo man. The Jericho man knows definitely I'm not
where
a
your father
Jericho
came
man.
from?
From
Senga?
No, man, not out of Liberia. Actually, he came from Grand Bassa.
Oh, from Grand Bass.
Yeah,
Okay.
and he met my mother in Sino, and they lived there. They had me there. I grew up there, so that's the only place I know. I only know Sino.
Your eyes were open in Sino.
I was born there. I started my schooling there. I grew up there. So what I'm trying to tell
But
you,
you're originally a Bassa man.
no, I'm a Sanoyan. I'm just trying to tell you that tribal sentiment cannot work.
It can work.
It's not the way forward. Because with all of that, the people of Sino saw me to be the one they wanted to head the county.
Okay.
It's not about crew. When you go to Maryland, you find the Gribble people. You go to Grand Gita, you find the Crown people. You go to River Cess, you find the Bassa. So where is the tribal sentiment? Where is the tribal in the Southeast? No, it's not. What I think is we in the Southeast, we have been forgotten over the years. And we come together in order for us to be paid attention to. And so that is, that is one of the reasons
for which you voted the way you voted.
That's exactly what we do.
Okay.
And we are a people. We see ourselves as one people. So what we believe is we must give chance. You see, I know what my shortcomings were when I was representative for the first 6 years. I vowed not to make that mistake in my second bid as senator here. And so all those that are running were given 12 years. They served 12 years. They had the opportunity 12 years to deliver. The president was given 6. I think it's necessary we give him the opportunity to try for the next 6.
Okay.
His mistake that he made in the previous years, as human, there is none perfect. We expect him to change and be able to correct them. Okay. And that's how human beings are. We correct our mistakes. And so these are some of the reasons that we feel we should give him the second opportunity. You see, I don't like to talk national politics much. What I really like to do is to fight for our people and talk about the odds. And Liberian people are a very good people. We are very silent, but we are resolute in our decisions. We pretend not to see, we pretend not to know, but we are very wise. When the time comes for action, we act.
Okay.
So I know our people. That is why I'm always careful on what I say, how I say it, and so that it cannot be misconstrued. But we personally believe that the opportunity should be accorded to our president for him to end what I think he has started.
0776-540-987 for a few minutes. 0776-540-987, or better still, 0880-514-096. That's the number to call, and you are live. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah, okay. I'm Dixon B. Annanin from District 12, to be precise, Debrimo Open.
Let's hear from you, Dixon.
Yeah, well, I will first of all congrats my honorable in studio there. I mean, I've been listening. I believe he's your instructor. He's your man. I believe I've been in classroom. I don't know him personally, but through a conversation that I actually monitor, it actually impressed me. And I believe Sano County will regret, and they won't regret at all of electing him. Thank you, Honorable, and I will believe that you take the country forward. Thank you.
Many thanks. Let's take this other caller. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Let's hear from you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yes, sir.
This is J. Lorenzo Sona calling from Sano County.
Let's hear from you.
Good morning.
Yes, let's hear from you.
Yes, I want to first say congratulate the Honorable Mayor Studio. He is one of the hard-working men in Sano County. You know, the first step there, we elected him as representative in District 6. When we elected him, he showed us that he loved the country, but he now showed us that he loved the people of District 1. That's the point of it. He carried the development above Sano County, not only in his district.
for that reason, we all got together. We said this is a great leader who will make a great impact in the life of the Salvadorians, and we elected him as senator. But my advice to him this morning, or my son, I only want him to decentralize the development as usual. Let him carry it double because we are willing to carry him for hard trick as a senator until he said that you don't want to be senator. That's the only way you lose that position. Let him continue his good work. That's my contribution this morning.
Man, it's a this call. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Joseph, I think I'm calling for district number 14 this morning.
Let's hear from you.
Yeah, let me appreciate our president-elect in person of Clayton County. I want to appreciate this so kind of. But let me say, Mr. Joshua, in Clayton County, what especially that will let the Christian go from staff and citizen is a lot of structures. Last week, I lectured was talking about. Now, if you put several places where there is a general official or in the council, now even the market, everything is true. When you take us down on now, 2 cases, they are what is lectured with silver panel. So I want to appreciate you kind of for how working that country. Thank you for the opportunity.
Man, thanks. Let me take this call on this other line. Good morning. Good morning. You have to change your location, please. Your line is terrible.
I'm okay now?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm David Tukula, calling from Maria resident.
Let's hear from you.
Honorable Duncan, let me congratulate you first for your election as Senator of Sino County, one of the original candidates in Israel of Liberia. My concern now has to do with people have elected you as a senator of the country. Have you reached out to the other candidate that was defeated to extend an origin or reconciliation to move the country forward?
Okay.
And the second thing is, Honorable Duncan, we want you, please, as senator-elect, to go back to Sino to talk to your people to overwhelmingly again vote for the president to be re-elected. Thank you very much for having me.
Many thanks. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm George Simeon. I took on from Minga community.
Let's hear from you.
Just to congratulate your Tito guests for at least access to the senator position is a good thing, and I have a concern that the House of Senate, let's say the House of Lawmaking, if the law will provide that anything that someone do in the House, they cannot be held accountable, I think they have to work on it that to change that kind of law then, because if I would do anything that would not be correct and people will be listening sometimes to your debate in that place of play where you discuss the future of Liberia. So it's not a place that people will be throwing chair at each other or maybe open fight and say in the name of anything happen there, nobody will be responsible. I think they got to work on that kind of law. Let it be changed. You got to place an honorable place that people need to listen to you and make decisions.
Okay.
So I really want for them to work on that.
Okay. Many thanks. Many thanks. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Sobojoy.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Mr. Lawson Gary, and then I called to congratulate Clayton Duncan. And this is the very first time when you were saying after Ms. Maison Churchill left from your field. And there one of my women to know the importance of Clayton Duncan. She's a hair for the rural women. I met her at the Crackler Gate, and she does a lot of important things he has done. Because sometimes it's not only a district you should serve. You help from the county. So I put others to learn from him.
Okay.
Work for the county because you come from that part of the county. Don't just work with in the district like you. That's what brought him today. And I have friends from our data of the who said he couldn't win. We all actually at the capital. But he listened to the callers there on the very media calling. They continue to see the man with beat their over. And that was proving that woman told me a lot of things that the man has done within the short term. She got to know him. And today I took her work for when the reason started to come and say, yes, that woman is a woman. So thank you, Christian. And with me at the culture building again. And let's say congratulations. Thank you for a 4 minute time, Mr. Samuel.
Many thanks. Many thanks also. Many thanks. Good morning. Good morning. Let me take this one. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Son of Sano County and I call from the County.
Let's hear from you.
I want to appreciate and say congratulations to our Clayton Women Duncan, our Senator elect of Salo County, and I want to appreciate the C as well. My advice, my own appeal to our Duncan, many of us who voted him for this on his developmental activities, and one of the key factors is to end tribalism in our county. We have a young generation with submissive support and voting for our community because we knew that electing supplement or comment will continually promote the tribalism in our country. So this time we do so. You are talking, as a sentiment to end this process related this already improving tribalism in our country. So I would appreciate it in the next 9 years if we as Sanoan to be working with each other, everything will be decentralized in our PCD and leadership. Thank you.
Okay, many thanks. Let me take this call, this last caller. Good morning. Good morning.
About with ERBC.
Yes, ERBC on.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Sabojo. I'm Jide M. Barry calling from Sino Greenville.
Okay.
And let me say thank you to you for this particular show. And I also appreciate the people that listen to ERBC this morning. And let me congratulate the studio guys of Clayton O'Donkey for his level of understanding. And we say thank you for the election. After elections, we know that peace is restored in Sino.
Okay.
So, to the issue, we spoke on the issue of election, on tribal issue. We know that the election in Liberia is not tribal because if you look at it, you see some vote from here from the UP and all areas. We know that Sino is not for tribal issue, but if you can do the good thing, the people can elect you.
Okay.
So we speak the reason why we want to carry back Honorable Duncan for any area of development is because it's not of tribal men.
Okay.
They believe that if you're from Liberia, you are Liberian.
Okay, many thanks. You made your point already. Yes, Rep, just your response and your party comment.
Thank you very much, Saba, for this opportunity. Definitely, I am reaching out, but in politics, what mature people do in politics when they are defeated, they call and congratulate the guy that won the election.
They make a concession call.
Yeah, they do. And Honorable Zaza has done that. You know, the old man.
Oh, Zaza called you?
Oh, he have done what he has to do, and I respect that.
And he congratulated you.
Definitely, I respect that. I don't expect it to come from Milton. You know, that's not anything. So me reaching out definitely will reach out. If he doesn't reach out to me in 90 days, then definitely I will reach out to him.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely we'll go back to the county to fight for our president. That is nothing to talk about. He wants us to change the rules on the floor. And in the meantime, we are fighting for democracy. That is contradictory. In a democratic society, one has the freedom of expression. And if that cannot be expressed downstairs or in the corners of our country, let it be expressed in parliament. Okay. So we must talk about the maturity in the way in which it is being expressed, but we cannot step on the right of our people in this democratic society. Okay. And so in conclusion, I'd like to say thank you for calling me. I'd like to tell the people of Sino County thank you again, and that you know that we are peaceful and we are developmental, and we will do what we have to do. We're not here to brag. What we're here to do is to commit our lives in working for our people. So thank you very much.
Well, he's old man Clayton Donkey. That's the senator-elect of Sino County.
Liberia.
Well, this is how I go home on this presentation of the SMS. Thanks to Takagologio. He started by Indefatigable. Said in for Melvin Stewart, who's currently Egypt undergoing training. Also, we had Damawa Fofana behind the camera. There's no second chance for first impression. Until then, Sabo George is my name. Have a pleasant day.